Are you guys able to hear me? How is everyone doing? I'm going to be tapping here on my phone just because I can't really see the chat unless I tap. Can you guys let me know if you're able to see me, hear me? Hey, Anthony. Oh, wonderful. Hi. Hi, Rajeshi. Awesome. Hi, Melcy. Hi, Jennifer. How are you guys? Wonderful. It's the first time that I'm actually doing a live with the camera on. Um, you know, I think in the name of everything that has been happening, you know, in the fields and what we are in the stage of becoming and showing up more in the world, I think I really want to be there for you guys, and I want to yeah, share more in this way, in a bit of a closer way, even though, you know, we're far apart, but in this way at least you can see me, and you know, I wish I could see all of you as well. But we will have time in the full moons or in other ceremonies. We will have a chance to meet each other. So welcome all. Thank you for joining me. I wanted to do this live at this time. I know it's a little bit hard for some of you, but I wanted to to invite everybody from Europe to join live, because we always do the lives in another time, like at my night time. So I know many of you can join. So I hope this works for everyone. Hey, Craig. Divine timing, yes. So let's just tune into the energies. Oh, Holland. Hi, Astrid. Hi, Salome. Thank you guys for joining. So energies have been a bit crazy. New Zealand. Hi, Divinity. Yes, please let me know in the chat where you guys are connecting from. That's always good to see where we are, where we're all at, and where we're doing this great work from. Wonderful. So the energies have been a bit intense, as you know, as you have probably felt. There's a lot going on with politically, with the whole thing about the disease that we're living. Astrid. I had very few questions this time, so like if you guys want to ask questions while we are here in the chat, that's also you can also do that, and I'll try to address all of them. So part of what we're living right now, apart from going out of Mercury retrograde soon, next week, you know, it has been a very reflective period, I think. For many people, it has been a connection to the past. Like we talked in the full moon, there has been like a lot of connections to past relationships, past lovers, but also past friends. So I don't know how you guys have been feeling that. On the full moon ceremony, we did a release, and we brought in healing for these relationships to help seal out karma, seal out anything that we no longer want to carry into new relationships or into this new phase of our lives. because sometimes when we start growing and expanding, before we take that last leap, um, before we take that last step and like dive into the unknown, sometimes we tend to go to the past and make a review and look into the past for guidance, um, or for assistance. And sometimes this is a good thing because we can bring all the lessons learned from the past. We can bring all the wisdom, the energetic information of those relationships, of those moments. But it's also important not to get caught up in the other side of that, right? So um, to be willing to let go of the pain, to let go of being identified with the suffering or the wounds. And so there's always something that we take into our new world, our new life, our new identity, our new way of being. But there's also some things that we let go of, and that's very, very healthy to detach. Hi, Angel Warrior. Yes. Um, so in that process, which is where we are at, sorry, I'm just looking at the chat because it disappears. I don't know why. So in that process of stepping into the new, this period of Mercury retrograde, I think brought a lot of um, reflection and also inner awareness to what is it that we actually want? What is it that we actually want to create? Um, who do we want to be? And I talked a little bit about this in my last voice transmission on Instagram, which was supposed to be 10 minutes and it ended up being like an hour long. Sorry about that, guys. It actually was like 2 hours long, but I decided, okay, I'm going to cut everything and give it to you no more, um, in a less, huge way. But so a lot of what I was talking about in that teaching was about how we always have the choice to create ourselves anew, how we can always choose um, our identity, how we can choose to identify with certain things from the past, but how we can also choose to disidentify and to identify with the new things that are suiting us or that are supporting us now. So in everything, it's very important that we have um, our awareness, our consciousness, and our power, our energy, our force, everything in the present moment. Because if we tend to look too much into the future, we actually place like energetic grids and connections into the future, and we start to send our energy there. And the same thing to the past. If we're too attached to something in the past, or if we're just attached to anything in the past, we have a part of us is linked to that energetically as well. So in our daily life, we need to fuel that connection in order to keep it going. So any attachment that we ever have or create, it's there because we are feeling it. If we stop giving energy, feeding energy into it, it will resolve, it will release. So we can use this to our favor. We can use this as a tool to help ourselves release the things that we don't want to carry anymore. And even if you don't know exactly what that is, sometimes we may have the idea of what that is, or we may even have dreams or information coming. We may dream about people who are no longer in our lives, and those are also like informations that your higher self is sending to you. And you can always discern, okay, let me see, is there something about me that is still attached there? Is this something that is still occupying my mind or my subconscious or any part of my field? And you can just tap into your divine self, and you can just say like, it's kind of like giving yourself a command and just saying, I bring back all my energy, all my power, everything that I ever placed upon this person, place, or situation. I bring it back into me. I bring it back into my present moment, and I anchor all of that energy within myself, within my tube of light, my spiritual channel, where it can actually benefit me and where it can actually um, fuel that which I want to create now. So, in that way, we stop creating and repeating patterns from the past or repeating similar experiences with different people who come because we're still running under the same pattern or the same program. And in that way, we detach from all of this and we give ourselves a chance to use our energy from the present moment to create new connections, new experiences. And we also do that not by attaching to the future, but attaching to the present, because the present holds the higher wisdom. The present holds everything that you need for your future. The future is just this present moment, um, on and on and on. So if we bring all of our energy and our awareness into the present and we just focus on, like they say, take it day by day, take it um, minute by minute, take it second by second, I would say sometimes, even, in the twin flame journey and the spiritual journey, sometimes even taking it like minute by minute um, can really fill you up, because sometimes we can lose energy in 1 second. Like you can have a thought, or you can have um, a reaction, or you can have a trigger, and in that very moment we can lose all of our energy. Like there are some things that can trigger us, and then we can feel like, oh my god, where did my energy go? I was feeling fine, and then in 1 second I'm feeling like I have no energy, or I'm feeling tired, or sad or depressed. So this is when we give our energy away to certain things. So a beautiful exercise that I recommend for anyone in the spiritual journey, or for anyone that, and for that matter, is to take those moments where you meditate or where you ground yourself to bring back your power and consciously give yourself the command to bring back your energy into you, and to release the attachments to the present, to the future, to expectations, to people. And in that way, you're just creating uh, a coherent field. Like your energy, instead of being plugged into many different things and all tangled up in different vibrations and dimensions, and attached to all kinds of people, we're actually kind of like using preventative medicine, so that, okay, I'm seeing that I was attached to this person. I went out with friends and I uh, related with all of them, and we were talking, so we got connected, or someone triggered me, or something happened, I got very emotionally involved, whatever may happen, even if it's just positive things. When you go back home, you can always say, okay, I detach, I let go of all of these connections. I bring back all of my energy back to myself. I send them back, all of their energy back to them. Um, and if you want, you can just do like this, like just cut the cords between you if you want. It's nothing bad. I know that at one point people were very worried about cord cutting, and is this good? Is this not good? What, like, am I going to hurt someone? Is this like overstepping karma or something? And for me, I don't believe that at all. I think the more we're able to sustain our field, and the more independent we are in our own energy, the healthier it is. The more boundaries we have energetically with other people, especially as sensitive beings, the better you will feel in the world, and the better you will be able to serve and feel whole and content, and not feeling what everybody else is feeling, and jumping out of your field, or letting people come into your field and take. Okay. And this is also especially true with twin flames, with any relationship really, with a beloved, with a family. And the closer people are, if we have been letting them come in and take from us, they get used to it, right? So they may be really happy in your presence because they know that, you're holding this light, and then they come in, they can cuddle up inside your light, take what they need, and then they go. But then when they go, you feel like, I'm tired, or I was just here giving, and I don't feel like I'm receiving anything. Um, so it's important that you understand those dynamics. Who takes energy from you, who doesn't, what depletes you, what doesn't, what situation depletes you, what doesn't, in order for you to be able to maintain your field replenished and feeling well. Because energy is everything. So if we have energy, we feel more loving, like we're able to bring that energy up to the higher centers, and we're able to, feel very creative, feel happy, feel whole, and just feel at peace. We're able to feel at peace and feel at the right temperature. I always say that. It's like going into the water when it's the same temperature as your body, you don't even feel it. So it's seamless. It's just like, I feel calm. And that's our ideal state. That's how we would normally feel, um, if we work constantly on having a very, very clean and clear field. That's the way that it feels. Or like when we go back into meditation after a day of, you know, not being in that state, or having stress and all that. When we go back in, that's when we connect to ourselves with our essence, with our energy, and we feel our energy, and that's nurturing to us, because we're divine beings. All of you are. All of you are healers too. And you are also your own healer. So you can just tap into your essence and, you know, give back everything that is not yours, disconnect from everything. It's like unplugging from, social media, from other people, from that input and that constant flow. When we just unplug and we come back to ourselves, we can actually hear our own breath, um, the beating of our heart, and, just like a baby, when he hears the beat of the heart of the mother, it soothes him. It's the same thing with us, but with ourselves, with our divine essence. When we take a minute to just listen to ourselves, even to listen to our breath, that is self-healing and self-soothing. So even those, 10 minutes a day that you dedicate to yourself, if you can, of course, more, that would be great. But if it's only 10 minutes that you got, take them for you. Send everything else back to the people. You can even send appropriate energetic information, and call back in all of your energy. And the more you do this daily, or in every given moment where you feel like, oh, I'm giving my energy away, let me just call back my energy, let me just recenter, take a breath. And with one breath, you can call all of your energy. Imagine you're pulling like the whole galaxy into your heart. You're pulling all the energy that you are into your heart. Okay. Let me just see the chat here. Okay. No, I'm glad, Craig. So, well-tempered Claire says, do you work with animal energy for healing? Yes, darling, sometimes. Um, it's a lot about what comes through, and also depending on the person that I'm working with, or the collective that I'm working with, and the current energies. There are some people who have a very strong um, relationship to nature and to the elementals. There are some that have a very strong relationship to, for example, the fairies. There are some that have a very strong relationship to the angels, or to the galactic realms. And we all have all of these relationships, but depending on what the person is working with in that present moment, that's what, comes up. And for me personally, I love to, yes, I love to work with a lot of with the avian, with the birds. They're always with me. Also in my meditations, I don't know if you've seen that. They're always like singing and things like that when I'm doing these things. And for example, I have been having a vision for the divine feminine in the last couple of weeks of working a lot with the Lyran energy, with the well, in Mexico here we have a lot of the jaguar and the panthers. They are very, very strong and important in our medicine, in our traditional medicine. So they always kind of like come in. And also one of the other animals that I really enjoy is the bear. And I always call upon the spirit of the bear, which is also the grandfather energy for me, when there's a need to heal the heart, to help people heal their hearts, or to help myself heal my heart, or heal the heart of the earth. The bear is like a very, very strong, beautiful energy. So it depends. It's just like when we call in different tones, different colors, depending on what vibration is needed in order to bring healing to the body, or in order to unstuck certain energies, we bring in these frequencies. And of course, each animal holds a different frequency, a different color, a different tone, a different quality of energy. But yeah, it's wonderful. And if you're feeling called to explore that, I would definitely encourage you to do that, to experiment with different, with the different energies. Okay, so Jennifer says, question on discernment. Let me see. If I'm feeling balanced and centered, but then something comes up, how can I be sure it is something I'm picking up and isn't my higher self speaking? So you mean like how to distinguish your higher self, the voice of your higher self or your intuition, rather than an empathic sensation, if I understood the question correctly? Yes, okay. So when we are becoming increasingly sensitive, this is basically like the one of the most difficult things, especially in the beginning. It's kind of like the tests that we go through in order to come into the mastery of, understanding hearing, and hearing clearly our own voice. So the more we do these exercises, like I was saying, of listening to yourself, like even talking to yourself, even meditating, and after meditation, channeling back that information into you. So maybe writing it down or recording it, and just speaking to what you saw, that can start to give you an idea of how does it feel when I'm receiving divine information. And of course, we practice this after we do something like meditating, not really when we're in the midst of chaos and, in the middle of life, because that's when it gets a little bit harder. But the more that we practice in our private space, how it feels, and we actually really become aware of, okay, how does this feel in my body when I'm receiving this information? The more you fine tune your feeling capacity to when that energy is presenting, to when that knowledge is coming through, the more you will be able to distinguish when the same thing is happening, even if the environment where you are is louder. So it's kind of like learning to swim, in a pool that's all for yourself. The more you do it, the more you get used to swimming. And then, when you're in a crowded pool, you're able to kind of maneuver better. Or, that's kind of like a bad example, or maybe like when we're learning to dance, for example, if you dance salsa or any kind of dance that involves more people, you learn like the basic steps by yourself, right? And not with the loudest and quickest music, but you learn like in a step by step. And once you get the hold of it, you start to know, oh, okay, this is how it feels. This is how I need to move. And then you can, go into a class with many people, or going to, dancing with other people. And then you already have like that basic knowledge. So you're able to distinguish more. So practice, practice will give you a lot of guidance. And also when you are in the midst of it, even then you can center through your breath. Like even if you're in your job and whatever, boss is screaming at you and you're like, oh, you can just in that moment call upon your angels, tune into your divine light, see your tube of light completely filled with light going up into the divine. And you can just take a breath. If you can, you can close your eyes. If you can't, just with your eyes open, you just take a deep breath in and start to feel your energy. You can say, higher self, tap into my energy only. I ask my guides, my angels, that you give me the information that I need from my higher self, and that I know in my body that this is coming from you. Like, talk to me. You can ask them to talk to you in a way that is so clear to you at your human level in that particular moment that you won't miss it. And then you just breathe and receive and trust. And trust that the guidance will come. Maybe it will come as an image, maybe it will come as a thought, maybe it will come as a revelation, maybe it will come as goosebumps, maybe it will come as you're feeling heat, or maybe you won't even feel anything, but you will know. So when we're in those moments, you can just tap into you. And also, if you have been triggered by other things around you, you can do the same exercise to say, I give back all that which is not mine. I give back all the noise. I quiet all the noise down so that I'm able to hear myself. And perhaps in the beginning, it's like, I don't know, I'm a little bit uncertain. But the more you do it, the more you practice it, when things are happening and when you are in your private practice, like in your personal spiritual practice, you will develop more and more. Like this knowledge will start to expand, and you will be able to tap in more and more and more. It's just like strengthening your relationship to yourself and to your higher self. And the more we practice it, the more we feed it, the more we strengthen it. So just like we try not to feed other connections that are not supporting us, that one with your higher self will always support you. So that's the main one that you ideally would want to focus on and spend time with and collaborate with, so to speak. Okay. I hope that helps. Okay. Hi, Big Nation. Yes. All good. So does anybody else have any questions that you would like for us to address today? You're welcome, Jennifer. So let me know there. Okay, I'll be checking the questions. Meanwhile, I wanted to talk a little bit of oh well. First of all, the question that I had from Rebecca. Um, I think it was more of a question for current situation, and she asked about the vaccines and if I had any information um, from my guides or from my higher self about the vaccines, and that she didn't want to have them, and that people are judging uh, in her community people who don't want to have it. So um, the first thing that came through was that, just like in every other period of time where we have been kind of like tested as humanity, as for me, everything that has been happening has been kind of like a revision, just like the whole Mercury retrograde, but a revision of a larger period in humanity, and to kind of see where we stand um, as humans, and also as especially, as light workers, like where are we with everything that we have gone through in our lives, but also collectively. So everything that has happened has helped so many people to awaken, to start to become more sensitive to certain things. Sometimes very sadly through a lot of pain, and I have lost a couple of close people also through this, and there's the underlying current of everything that happens is always love. I know that it's very hard to see sometimes, and um, it seems very contradictory because of what we are seeing and playing out in our physical reality. Um, but if we think about who we really are, if we connect to our divine nature, and we connect into the oneness, we connect to the um, unity consciousness, and we see that we are all part of the one, right? And the one for me is, I always call it God or divinity or source, um, but it's also divine consciousness. So if we see it like in the broader picture, it's divine consciousness. And divine consciousness is also love. So we're all made up of that. We are all made up of the same material, let's say. So the underlying current in everything that plays out in this reality, in this planet, in this dimension, in all planets, in all realities, in all dimensions, the underlying current is divine consciousness experiencing itself. Or if you want to put it in other words, it's love experiencing itself. So in this part of reality, in this part of where we are, in the dimension that we are right now playing in, right? I mean, we're incarnated in all dimensions, but right now, here, where we are in the physical body, and all that's playing out, that is also part of, um, you can call it the divine plan. Many people call it the divine plan or divine destiny, or for me, it's just part of the love that is. It's just part of what is. Everything is part of what is. You are a part of what is. I am a part of what is. We together. So in that's like the first piece, I think, to always hold the energy and the understanding that everything, no matter how it seems in the physical realm is happening for a reason, and it has a divine purpose. So going a little bit more into the 3D, um, there are going to be so many, like, we're all so unique, we're all so different, we all view the world completely different, and so many of the pain and sorrow and suffering that we kind of brought into ourselves as a species, as humanity, and that we brought into others as well. A lot of it has been because of us trying to, or a few people, or some of us, having a very strong mindset about something, and trying forcing people to do or to see things in one way, or to become, be and go in one direction, whether negative or positive. If we see all the systems that we have through all the the patriarchal systems, and everything was basically just structures and placing structure upon structure upon structure to make everyone be a certain way, or to bring everything and everyone to go into a certain way. So for me, the nature of who we are, because we are divine beings, we are multidimensional beings, and we are so diverse. The path that I see of life is always the path of expansion. It's always a path of um, welcoming diversity, welcoming the unknown, welcoming the things that make us afraid. Usually, when we turn to one side or the other, is because we're running away from that other side. So, when there is fear of something because it's unknown, probably most of the times when we fear something is because we haven't experienced it, or we don't know what is going to happen, how it's going to play out. So, when we are triggered by fear, we usually tend to be very one-sided. We tend to have a very strong direction of, oh no, I need to go here. And this is also healthy in a way. I mean, it's part of our ego. It's part of what helped us, or helps us still in some places to survive, to be alive. Like, there's danger, I'm gonna run over there. This animal is running towards me, it's going to eat me, I need to run the other way, right? So that is very good for some things and for some situations. But in the majority of what we're experiencing now, because we're coming into these higher realms of consciousness, we are becoming more self-aware, and we are becoming more discerning of who we actually are, what we are experiencing, and how we are playing a part in the experience that we have collectively created. So, of course, the first thing in everything, and also just as a spiritual being, um, and this comes a lot from the shamans, from the path of the warrior. um, they always say, a warrior takes responsibility for everything in their life, even the most trivial of his acts. He or she is completely um, willing to take responsibility for everything. And this is part of what we also see when we're in the healing journey. The more we take responsibility of our lives, of our bodies, even of our disease, even of the things that were apparently done to us, or even of our trauma, that allows us to come outside of that victim mentality, and that allows us to actually return the power back to ourselves. If I am responsible for my life, that means that I am responsible, and that I have the power to change it. So a lot of the things that are playing out in right now in the current in the world stage, let's say, the way that I see it, it has to do with waking people up to that realization, and more people starting to become aware of who they actually are, what they actually want, and you know, giving them the chance, we're giving ourselves the chance as humanity to take responsibility for everything that we are. And I know many people, and in many different areas, and when we're little, like because of these imprisonment systems, we have this, and this is part of the distorted masculine energy as well. There's a part of us that fears being responsible for things because that will mean that I'm guilty of something or that I did something wrong. But this is very, very far from the truth. For me, taking responsibility for your own life, for whatever happens, for what happens to you, for your acts, your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, like the more you take responsibility of your energy, the more you are able um, to become the light that you are, the more you're able to use all of the power from all of these different vibrations, from all of these different dimensions, and bring them all into you to become whole and to be able to create a new reality, even if that reality only starts with you and your view of the world, your perspective of the world. Hey, dear Sonia. So there are these two things that are going on. We are becoming aware that as singular beings, we do have power, but the power comes if we take the responsibility that comes with that power. And this is true for anyone who wants to have their spiritual gifts more, or if you want your intuition to awaken more, or if you want to see, if you want to start to receive more information. That in a way is like a power, right? It's like it's a spiritual power. And those powers come into the beings when we have taken the responsibility for them. So we need to take the full responsibility of something that we're wanting to manifest in order for it to actually show up. If we do it halfway, the things may show up halfway, or they may show up in one way and change because we're not holding the energy. As energetic beings, we need to be able to have, for example, a strong enough spiritual channel in order to be able to become a medium, to become a channel of that energy. If your body's not strong enough, you won't be able to hold all of that spiritual energy that is coming through. So we need to develop our muscles of spirituality, of connection with the divine, our connection with God, our connection with ourselves, so that the more we do that, the more we're able to hold that energy when it comes through. When we're able to hold it, we're able to translate it, and we're able to create our own language and understanding of what the messages are. I will talk about this, I think, more in another video just for that, because it's a very complex subject. I really love it. Actually, like to give you more insight of what happens when you're channeling, how you can start channeling more, and how you can access to your to become that broadcast also of the divine. But so going back to the question, so we have our unique view, right, of the world, but at the same time we're also doing a lot of work collectively. So for me, it's very important that you take back your power in all of these decisions that we're going to be making, because there are many other decisions that are going to come. And I don't feel like there is something like inherently wrong with anything. Of course, we have polarity I know there's also a lot of, these like conspiracy theories that are very, very um, like radical in views, and I enjoy, I enjoy the conversation. I enjoy everything that has information and so on. So I always like to collect information from all different sources and compare it to what I am receiving, to what I have, uh, or what I'm being shown. But for me, the answer has always been very clear, and this is just my point of view. This is really not like, everyone has, you can all have your own points of view, right? So I just say it in case it may be helpful. Um, but for me, like the greatest, let's say, revolutions, the greatest change, the greatest miracles, the greatest epiphanies, the greatest transformations, they happen um, backstage first, and they happen within our hearts first. So they happen at this individual level. Of course, they're also simultaneously happening in the collective, but it's kind of like if we are little lights everywhere, we all have seen that metaphor. The moment that you turn on your light, you're already contributing to the collective for them to be able to see your light. And maybe through seeing your light, they will be able to understand that they also have a light that they can also turn on. So that is partly why all of my work has been about helping individuals, like working very, very close and personally with each one of you, also, in my personal healings and all that. It's, for me, it was very clear when I worked in larger like organizations and stuff that the change is happening so drastically, but within each and every one of us in our hearts. So there are people who are going to experience this change first. You are like the forerunners, the ones who are already awakened right now, or who are in the process of awakening. Um, and this process is super different for everyone. It can last years or not years. We all have our rhythms and how we are expanding, how we're evolving. We have our own design. We're all so unique, and this is a good thing. Like, I always encourage everyone to see their uniqueness and to see their life experience as, the miracle that it is. Even if we've gone through whatever we've gone through, it is a miracle that we're alive. It is a miracle that you experienced this. It is a miracle that we got to come in here and to, experience this reality with all that it has to offer, with all the craziness, with all the drama, with all the polarity, but also with all the magic, with all the joy, with all the infinite possibilities. So what I'm trying to get at is that nothing is good or bad in a strict sense. Everything is energy. So what makes up the things that are good or bad have to do with what's good or bad for us in that moment, or what makes us feel supported and what doesn't. So if your intuition is telling you, I don't want to, get the vaccine, for example, or I don't want to, participate in this thing, or in the fear, or in the whatever it is, like, you can feel it and you can decide if you believe it or not. It's the same like everything that I just said. You can take it in and you can decide, I believe that. Maybe I don't believe that. This sounds good. This doesn't sound good. You take what supports you. So in the same way, when we, and I have seen this many times in healing, and that's also, part of the placebo effect that we have. Like, it's more powerful most of the times what we think about something and how we feel about thinking that about that particular thing than what the actual impact of that physical thing is in the vastness of our divinity. So if you think that the vaccine, or certain food, if you eat it, you will get sick, you will probably get sick because you're thinking that, right? Or because there's already a belief that this is going to happen. So there are more probabilities that will actually happen because you're partly also manifesting it already. If you, for example, you have to have the vaccine, I have, for example, cousins and people who work in the and they're doctors in the hospitals, and they kind of had to take the vaccine because they work with with people who are sick all the time. And I work with them in the mindset, like if they had been thinking, if I take this is going to be very bad for me, or I'm going to have something, or this is like a weird fabricated thing, and like the more negative things we put onto that, and then we take it, then the worse the result, right? So we worked upon having the mindset that you know that even that vaccine, because even in something as mundane as that, there's also a background energy of love. So if you guys are in a position where you need to have it and you don't want to have it, but you have to have it, um, in whatever situation it may be, it can be this or other things, like or when we have to, for example, maybe have a surgery that we really don't want to have, but we need to have it, and we need to get anesthesia, but we really don't want to. If it's already something that is happening that needs to happen in a way, or that you can, if it's already something that is not like a choice anymore, you can bring your divinity, you can kind of like bring all of your knowledge and all of your awareness as a divine being and ask that, you know, only the good things from that come into your body, or that, it makes the less damage possible in all ways. hmm So this is going to be very different for all of you, and it also depends on how you view everything, how you view the things. Um, you know, I personally, and through my higher guidance, when everything started, I did see that, the energy itself of the whole thing, of the whole process of giving these vaccines, of like the whole energy for me is something that is very, well, everything is very low vibrational because everything has been happening through the vibration of fear, right? So it's also very different when we make a decision from the vibration of fear than when we actually make a decision through the vibration of love or empowerment. So, what I can recommend for you, just like as a general thing, when you're making a decision um, of any kind, but especially also through this, to make those decisions from an empowered position and from being very connected to your divine self, to your higher guidance, because that will let you know what you need to do and what you don't need to do. hmm So, the part of being awakened right now, or being in the process of awakening, it's also a gift, because the more awake and aware you are, the more you are able to make an empowered decision. There are many people in the world today that sadly they're not able to make an empowered decision, but not just in this particular um, you know thing that we're living, and many others. There are many people who are not able to decide for themselves because of many different reasons. So, if you have the miracle of being able to decide for yourself what you want, what you don't want, if you want to take this, if you don't want to take this, tap into your divine consciousness and make the empowered decision from your heart, from that, from that trust, from that knowing. Um, and if you feel like you're in fear, try to raise your vibration first. Do something to get yourself into the energy of feeling safe and protected, and make the decision from that standpoint. Okay? And if you can't come into like a super, like empowered state, just making it at least from the standpoint of neutrality, of peace. Okay? So I hope that helped a little bit with your question, dear Rebecca. And, I wouldn't be also, so many people will think so many different things, but what's important is like how you feel about that. How you feel when you're making your decision. Okay. And yeah, no, okay, let me just read the chat. Okay. Okay, so there's a question about twin flames. Oh, and you guys are already responding. I love that. That you're responding in the chat. Thank you for that. Um, again, it's like a false or a true flame or a true person. I think there's a way of looking at it that can help us release some of that tension or that uncertainty sometimes, because many times we are going to have in life so many things that we don't know on a practical rational level, but on a higher level we know everything. So I'm getting all spacey here again, but just trying to bring in that energetic information into you, so you can just breathe in deeply. And let's just ask your higher self to connect with you as you're breathing, to to expand all of your channels of light, to connect you more fully to your higher guidance, your higher knowledge, your higher wisdom, to connect you even beyond this earth, beyond the galaxies, into your original blueprint, to your original, you're saying your original seed. Okay, starting to feel this energy. You can ask your guides to bring in all of the knowledge that you need in regards to this situation. And one of the things that I'm hearing is that, because we have been hurt, right? Everyone has been hurt, and especially in, if you're in this journey or in a twin flame journey or in any, spiritual journey, when you're expanding, when you're healing. And sometimes our need to know things comes from a place of uh, like self preservation, which is very natural, after we have been hurt many times. there's a part of us that is like, well, I'm only going to open my heart if it's the right one. Like, if it's not the right one, I'm not going to open my heart again, right? Because I don't want to get hurt again by someone who may not even be the right one for me. So that's a little bit how we see this model, okay? And I'm not going to go so much into the twin flame energetics and all the more like dimensional things that happen and what you feel and what you don't feel, because it's very, very different for everyone. But what I can tell you to bring in more clarity is that no matter who is presenting in your life, they are there for a reason. So all of our connections with our soulmates, because everyone is our soulmate, everyone here that we're connected to, everyone that comes into your reality, into your um, sphere, everyone, those are all part of your uh, like of your monad, of your higher group of souls, and they're all your soulmates. We're all soulmates. But of course, the term soulmate is used for one particular person who is perhaps closer. We have closer soulmates. We have soulmates who we incarnate over and over. We have soul groups. It's us. Then we have like the very, very important people in our life, which are families, relationships, the people who get closer to you during your lifetime. Then we have like the more extended soul group, which are maybe also your extended family, extended friends, friends of friends, people that you just know, but you don't really come into contact so much. And then we have the monad, which is like all of the souls that are kind of in the same stage somehow, or they are linked to you in a way. And then we have the logos, which goes even beyond. So then we go beyond kind of like Earth, okay? So we always tend to want to label everything through our human experience, because that gives us a sense uh, of belonging, one, but it also gives us a sense of clarity. And for many things, it's very good to use it. It's like having a chem lab, a chemistry lab. You have all these kinds of substances and you kind of know what they all are, but of course it's very helpful if you put a label on it and then you remember, okay, this is this, this is this, this is this. But when we're talking about people and souls and multidimensional souls who are also divine beings, that are playing in different dimensions and realities with us, it's more like saying, it's more like the energy of being in a movie where there are different characters that come in, and there are characters that are going to be the bad guys, there are characters that are going to be the good guys, and there are characters that are going to be neutral. So in the same way, when you are in the knowing that you are in this spiritual path, that you want to experience this um, soul relationship, that you want to experience a more evolved relationship, a relationship that is based on other things than just the physical. Mm-hmm. We need to change all the things that we knew about old relationships and start to build the new way of the new relationships. So for me, everyone who is in a twin flame journey right now, that's partly, or like a great part of what we're doing individually, but also collectively, transcending the old ways of creating relationships, but not just relationships. It has also to do with the idea of love and what love is and where love comes from. But there's a part that needs to be integrated, and that's the part that, love is not exclusive to just a few, and that we are not excluded anytime, anywhere from love. But it's the opposite. It's like, how can we bring that love that we all are, and the background of love that is in everything, more and more into our human singular experience, but also into our relationships, and also into the bonds and the ways that we play and we, dance with other souls in this planet. So, in that experiment, in that process of learning, we are going to experience a lot of things. For some people, it can be very straightforward, and you can find someone for a great period of your life, or it can be just one person, or for some, it can be different people. Like, everyone has their own particular journey within that experience. So, when we start to say or to see people as, is this false? Is this not false? Is this, we kind of like can limit the experience and actually the lesson that we're learning through that soul that is coming into our life. Now, that doesn't mean that, we're just like, oh, we welcome everybody with open arms, and we're always kind of like expecting them to be the twin flame, or to be the one, because that's kind of like a way to set us up for a lot of disappointment and hurt. If we are coming from a place where we are actually hoping that each person that comes into our life will be that person. So, what I always receive from in guidance, and what I always tell everyone that I work with, is that the twin flame process, or the journey that you're going through of healing, and healing your relationship, and healing your view of love, and creating this new way, and creating this, through your feminine and masculine energetics, all of that is happening all the time in the background, even while these people, these experiences come into our life. So, for me, it's not so much about saying, oh, this person is false, or this person is uh, not false, right? But it's more like distinguishing within yourself, what what is not of the true light within me. Like, where am I holding, what is this person, like, if the person is mirroring pain to you, if the person is mirroring, um, if there's karma to settle with a person, we can have good karma and bad karma with the same person. So maybe you came together to learn something, and that person came to teach you something very positive about yourself, but it taught you in a way that was very negative in the moment of experiencing it. So there are all kinds of dynamics and ways in which it can actually play. There are some soulmates, some people who come into our life where you just, even if they're just a friend or not a friend, where it's just a positive, it's just like a supportive relationship. And normally those supportive relationships where you're just like giving to each other, helping each other, understanding each other, you would never think of them as karma, because it doesn't have a negative connotation to it. But they can be, um, you know, part of a positive karma that you created. Like, maybe you guys in also another lifetime, you supported each other so much, and then you continue to come together in these lifetimes to give yourself a breather, to give yourself support after you had a very bad experience. And that can also be a karmic relationship, but it doesn't have the negative connotation. So I know that in the twin flame community, there is a negative connotation to the karmic and the karmic relationship. Um, but essentially, most of our relationships on Earth, they are part of that. They're part of the karma, because they're part of just what our soul needs to experience in order to continue to develop and learn. So I know, and I understand a lot that sometimes it gets, we feel like, I don't want to open my heart to this new individual because I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if they're going to break my heart. I don't know if they're going to run away. I don't know if they're going to betray me and I'm going to feel really bad. But the truth is that even if the person was your twin flame, even if the person was, you know, the person that maybe you're going to marry and have children with and be so long, even then we wouldn't be able to know like if that's going to happen or not, or if they're even going to break our heart before we go into that part of in the second part. For me personally, like my ex-partner was a very big relationship that I had for many, many years. Before we came into union, let's say, before we came together, um, he broke my heart like 3 times, you like really bad. I'm laughing now. Of course, I wasn't laughing in that moment. Um, but everything that happened led also to a healing that was very necessary for both of us. So these, these dynamics with people, it's very hard to kind of like label and to just define in a way, because there's so much more beyond what meets the eye. And I would encourage everyone, if you are in that part where you are not really sure, I would say, try to open yourself a little bit more. Like instead of wanting to go closer into, knowing yes or no, right or wrong, good or bad. Like maybe just opening up more into into your divine self, into your divine knowledge, and allowing life and allowing, your trust in God, your trust in your life, in your destiny, and that everything is unfolding the way it should. Allow that energy to grow. And that way you will be able to enjoy your experiences much more. Whether they're good or bad, whether, you know, however things play out with this particular person, you can, if you see it from a lens of, wow, they're probably giving me a gift and they're probably going to, if they're presenting in my reality, it's probably because we're going to learn a lot from each other. We're going to, you know, there's a reason why they're here. So we can open and hold that higher perspective and say, um, as long as you're taking care of yourself, as long as you're taking care of your heart, as long as you are doing your inner work, your healing, you can also give yourself the the opportunity to strengthen that connection with God, and that faith that whatever is presenting in your life has a reason to be there. And the ultimate reason for everything that presents in our lives, no matter how bad or good it looks like, it's for our ascension and our evolution and our further awakening. So that is one side of it. And then the other side of it is that, if the relationship that you are in doesn't feel good to you, or if the person that you're meeting or whatever doesn't feel good, like you don't, like there's something within you that is telling you, red flag, or this is not good, or the person is not treating you right, or um, if there are any of these things, then it's like a good moment to go inside and evaluate and say, okay, do I really want to be treated like this? Do I want to be in this relationship? Or can I close this, or can I, um, give myself the opportunity to meet someone else who really makes me feel supported and loved and nurtured, and who's really meeting me at the level where I am. But of course, that's also very, very individual. It's going to be different for everyone. It's depending on where you are. Mhm. But always, I would say, always try to measure the things that are happening to you, the people that are coming into your life through the lens of your relationship to yourself and to the divine. Mhm. And to always like take care of yourself, nurture yourself, be mindful of yourself um, before you come into these relationships or you put yourself in that. And if you're already there, you can always reevaluate. Wait a minute, how am I feeling? Is this okay? Is it not okay? Mm-hmm. Because eventually, the people that are meant to be in our lives, they will be in our lives at the appropriate time and moment. And this also goes for, the twin flame or the counterpart, the person who is able to create that kind of relationship with you. They will be in your life. They will show up in your life in divine timing. I know that everybody is like, oh my God, divine timing. But everything happens in divine timing. Like if it hasn't happened yet, it will happen when the time is right, when the circumstances are right, when everything is right. Just like you were born in the right time, when the circumstances were right, when everything was right. Your life is that divinely guided that even the moment of your birth, the moment of, everything that all those pivotal great moments that we see and that we look backward on, those were all in divine timing. Everything is in divine timing. So we can trust that. And meanwhile, we can enjoy the experiences that are presenting, that are coming, and seeing them as an opportunity to grow and to expand and to evolve. Okay. I hope that helps. Okay. Does anyone have any other questions? Oh, and thank you for your thumbs up, guys. Really helps for the videos if you guys want to just hit that. um, I think we will go into the healing now. If you guys are ready. I was guided to support today to work a little bit with body alchemy to support um, the physical bodies with everything that is coming in, with everything that we are experiencing collectively, but also there's a lot coming through for the divine feminine. I don't know how you guys have been feeling. Oh, hi Dawn. I'm so glad to. Um, so we're going to do something to support you more in receiving these higher energies that are coming into the planet, also anchoring a little bit more um, into our mission. And we're also going to kind of like bring you guys back into the present moment where we can start to live our mission in the present moment, to experience the love, in the present moment. And also, one of the messages that I had today was to, allow ourselves to open our hearts and to feel love. And I know it sounds like very cheesy, but it's one of the most courageous things and the most healing things that we can do right now for the planet, for ourselves, for our families, for our friends, for everything that we're all going through. Because so many people are anchoring the vibration of fear. If there are people who are anchoring the vibration of love, that will really, really, really help um, to raise the vibration of the planet, to, you know, bring light and love to the people who are suffering, the people who need it right now, the people who are confused, the people who are ill, people who have, experienced a loss. We're also going to take a moment at the end to bless the world, okay, to bless everyone. You can, you know, bring in your, um, the people that you want to bless. You can bless your beloved, you can bless your families, friends, or just everyone in the world. Whoever needs healing, you can also think about that person and, and bring them in. And I will also um, dedicate this healing and this energy of love to, some of the people that have passed away through a lot of the things that we're going through. So we will do that at the end of the healing. Okay. Does anybody need any help right now? Like, would you like to set an intention for our healing today? If you want, if you have an intention, you can just put it in the chat box and we will feel that too. Hey Alice, nice to see you. Yes, Anthony, that's a good one. Very good, Craig. I love that. Yes, opening our heart, and it takes a lot of courage. I have seen also in relationships, and also because of the way that we are relating now through like social media and messages, and in a way we're closer to the world, but in a way we also become like more separated sometimes. So I feel like it's very important that we continue um, to be that that expression of love, um, for others, for ourselves, but also for others, and to also that we can model that for others who are perhaps being disconnected or feeling disconnected or not knowing how to get back into the heart, or how to express their feelings, how to express their love, their emotion. Because it seems like sometimes the more pain we have, the more experiences we have or we hold on to from the past, um, we have that fear of being open and of expressing. Um, so, oh, thank you, dear Alice, for the super chat. Um, so yeah, there's this part of us that kind of resists, and also like resisting, the unknown, what's going to happen, what's not going to happen. But I truly believe that if we can, pass that first barrier of our heart and, you know, choose love and choose to love, even to love fearlessly, um, to love the way that we experience love from the divine, um, and to allow ourselves to not only give that love but also to receive that love. And that love doesn't have to come from a particular person, or a particular situation. When we open our hearts and when we give like that, we are actually, also opening the streams of reception for us to receive love from multiple ways, from all ways that it is possible. So the more we open and we give that love, the more we also receive that love. And sometimes it's just that little barrier where we're like, well, maybe I don't want to open with this current relationship or this person that I just met, or things like that. Um, but, it's part of our whole, of being that whole spectrum, and, trusting the light. If we're trusting the light and giving love to the people who need it right now, why wouldn't we we be able to give love to the people that are very close to us, right? So this is part of what we're going to do today as well. We're going to focus on opening the heart and sending love and also receiving love. And sometimes we're not able to do it completely like in the 3D with some people. But just by doing this exercise, you can do this later, like this part of the meditation, this part of the healing, we can always send them love through the higher self. We can always send them blessings. We can always um, heal ourselves and heal others through uh, through those dimensions. We don't need to, verbally just go there and express or something. I mean, we can do that. You're all invited to do that if you want. But um, we don't have to, in that sense, like we can do both things. Yeah. Okay. Okay, guys. So let's just start breathing in deeply. Okay. And you can just, if you want, oh, hi, Susie. You can just close your eyes. You can lay down if you want. Yes. Okay, starting to come into a calm space, dropping into the heart. You can close your eyes, relax. Relax your jaw, relax your forehead, your eyes, your eyelids. Start to relax your body. Start to feel your connection to the Divine Mother. We're calling in the energy of the Divine Mothers, the grandmothers, the Divine Father, the grandfathers. We're going to call in all of your higher selves, all of the Ascended Masters, all of our spiritual teachers and guides, all of your teams of love and light, all of the higher angels that are responsible for your translation of information, also for your body. We're going to call in the highest protection, asking humbly to all of these divine beings to encircle each and every one of you and your own energy and your own channel of light, starting to feel your own signature, feeling the beauty of your own energy, the expansiveness, the quality of your own field. We're calling in higher protection and guidance for this healing, for this process. And we're setting the intention to allow us to open our hearts more, to give and receive in the abundant flow of life, of love, of beauty, power, wisdom. And we're starting to clear through the throat. We're starting to see a very beautiful blue energy coming into the throat, and violet. And we're going to start releasing any stories from the past, any energies, any pain, sorrow, suffering, from any previous past incarnations, from any other timelines, where we ever held back our love, our light, our divine power. Any other lifetimes where, because of the circumstances, we weren't able to fully surrender to the love of the divine, to the love within ourselves. We're starting to clear through the throat, the heart, and the high heart. Deosh oya mahale tae kamia tahena kai teoa mahawa. Thou mare shawata. Dewa nia mahau toa. Shea nahai nahau. We're going through your space and time continuum. You're starting to clear the back of the heart, the back of your head, all places and realities where you're existing. Tishai tamahata, eriashata amaha, uruku maida nahau bahau. And I'm seeing these beautiful celestial energies. They're starting to sweep the your chest and the heart, all around the heart, the area of the physical heart. They're even working with some of you in the physical heart, releasing any pain, any sorrow, any grips, fences, arrows, holes, dishayitaya kware kema, scars, nini kao tina sh'awa, ba otuye wa, dewa nea hama akai. Releasing anything that was preventing you from accepting yourself fully. Nekya sheta umau tum umau. Forgiving yourself fully. Kolere kare ne etaina shana na umau tum. We're going to ask that this energy of self-forgiveness and this protocol of self-forgiveness is activated within you. And you can call in your divine partner, your beloved, Nishana Anahita Tomahata, at this time, Nishiya, or your family, anyone who you wish to, for them to receive this healing as well. And we're going to invite them through their higher self, if they're wanting and willing to receive this healing, that they receive it in the appropriate time-space dimension where it's supporting them, if they choose to do so. Very good. We're going to ask that this clearing of the heart, this sweeping, is activated for both of you, for all, and starting to clear the back heart chakra. Hinyayut ish ayui utuyam hayu adaliam dadaliam dadaliam. And they're going also into the head, going into the connections. They're working on the neurons of the brain. The beautiful green, emerald green light and golden light, starting to activate the new alchemy of the body, of the physical body, of the light body, activating all of your templates, everything that needs to be activated for you today, all that is supportive of you and your person. We're going to start to ground through the womb, through the tree of life, through the family trees. But this is also they're showing me also the Kabbalah tree, Ninyashe, Ninashe. And we're starting to bring in more roots, more grounding through the magnetic fields, expanding your magnetic fields for yourself, for the person, for the connection. Also expanding through your family line, your ancestors. They're bringing in golden energy into these family lines, into the bloodline. And they're just tracing back into all of those to release any curses and any energies of this is like guilt and defeat, also through wars, through this energy of conquering, this dominance, or this energy of being right over wrong, wrong over right. But we're starting to release these stances out of the field, releasing everywhere the human tends to go into polarity through the lower mind, releasing through the ego, releasing through the mental constructs, releasing through the third eye, releasing any manipulation also, releasing any false light fields, false light energies, entities, nishawati, kwati, mawa, tashawa, all of these thoughts where we start to doubt ourselves, where we start to question our love, our light, our brilliance, our purpose. Starting to release this out of the mind, releasing all of these. We're going into the inner child, calling in the energy of Lakshmi, Kuan Yin, Mother Tara, Shia, Taihimi, Desheya, Mahai. Bring the divine feminine nurturance into the inner child. Wherever he or she felt abandoned, lost, wounded, guilty, remorseful for anything, just bringing support and comfort to that inner child. Bring in that safety. Bring in that energy of, they're showing me like the energy of adventure, of magic, and this energy of getting back up on the horse again. When we're little, so many times we fall and we get right back up on that game or on that horse or on that wherever we were, even if we have, like they're showing me like bloody knees. But the desire to experience, to feel joy, to play is so big that we transcend these wounds immediately. We don't even feel pain. Yeah, shawa unumau te ta lea nahaura kwami neya neashe utua dewa maya nahawa. They're connecting you to this energy, to the power within you, starting to bring back the power that you ever gave away to any people, to any person, to people, places, and things. And especially bring back the power from the people that you ever loved, if you ever gave away your power. And all the power that you ever gave away when you experienced heartbreak. We're going to bring all of that as you breathe in. Bring all of your power back into you. All of the beauty, all of that amazing power, all of that love, all of that expansion, all of that magic, all of that joy. Bring it back into your divine channel where it may serve you, where it may strengthen you, where it may guide you, where you may instantly absorb all of the lessons. Bringing it back into these little holes that we had, perhaps these little tears and holes that we had through the chakras, through the auric field, through the membranes of the chakras, and just bringing this power of love completely whole, transmuted. It looks like a beautiful ultra, it's like violet, amethyst, or crystal with very beautiful violet tones, purple, also blue, and then also this like gold and pink and red. We're bringing these infusions of light to all the places in your field that need them, wherever there were spaces, wherever there was lack, wherever there was a feeling of not being whole and complete. We're activating the divine alchemy of your body through your higher essence, activating the alchemical principles through your body, activating the divine light magic through your body, through your field. And we're seeing these beautiful drops of golden light moving to all the parts in your body that need it, weaving together this beautiful, healthy vision of yourself, perspective of yourself, of love, weaving in the understanding of divine love, divine purpose, divine protection, divine safety, Shaitayanaha, Shaitayanaha, so that it is very clear to you in your field when you are being divinely guided, when you feel divinely protected, that it is very clear for your field how to ask for this divine protection. Okay, we're going into the legs. So releasing any heaviness through the legs, anywhere we had been dragging the past experiences, past pain. We're saying also any wounds of the war, of hard times. Releasing this, especially through the divine masculine, through the masculine energy. And it looks like as if some parts of the field were frozen in the masculine field. So we're just going to bring in this beautiful pink flame, golden pink flame. Start melting away this ice, melting away any numbness through all of your fields, through the fields of your beloved, of your family members, ancestry, everywhere you may receive this today. Also through your field, starting to melt any parts of you that became perhaps hard or overprotective or even numb. Yeah, she naheda nahada shewa dade kora maha. And these are also part of the curses of the false light matrices. Nich tashai tashi naha tashau tumahita shewa hama de shewa hama itawa hanewa. As this is your greatest power, the love that we feel for others, for ourselves, for the divine, for the world, this is our greatest power, Sheikoam. And when we're numb, it's like we're not accessing the full capacity of our field. We're not accessing the full power that is available for us. So removing all of this numbness, removing the thoughts that provoke that numbness as well, removing any lies, any constructs, any false light. These even look like parallel realities and constructs in other realities where all is suffering. This looks like the lower fourth dimension. So releasing any of these structures through your field. It's like these worlds of they look kind of like sandcastles, but like very gray. For some, it's like buildings and buildings and buildings. We're just releasing this out of your quantum field, out of your field, throughout all space-time dimension, and starting to bring this light in all directions. Starting to bring, it looks like a star, a beautiful white blue star. It looks like crystals. It has also it reflects all the colors of the rainbow outward. We're going to place this star at the center of your field if you wish to receive this. The center of the field of your beloved. We're going to ask your body, the divine intelligence of your body, of your physical body, of your ethereal bodies, of your field, to work with this light, to continue to expand your experience of divine love, to continue to heal your heart chakras, to continue to release the burdens of time, and that all these experiences that come in, that you're able to see the beauty within them, that you're able to see the magic that surrounds you, the magic that you hold. As we see the magic that we are, we're also able to see the magic in everything else. So awakening, deepening, and awakening deeper parts of your essence, of your being. Awakening through the magic, through the spiritual realms, through the spiritual information, through divine knowledge, through the oracles of light, through your own oracle, activating through the libraries of light, the light cities. And there's a lot of angelic support coming in. They're also pushing out of your fields energies that are not yours, that don't belong in your field. So just as you breathe in and out, allowing these energies to be released, to return to their origin, transmuted, healed, cleansed, that they return to being their original form, unconditional love. And we're going to continue to clear through the mind of the divine masculine and feminine, any manipulation, control, excess, obsession, possession, harnessing, enyi kumane uma unahewa, na umahewa, na e umahewa. And it looks like shortcuts in the field. It looks like when cables are doing, when there's like a sparks and then there's like a power outlet, oh no, outage, power outage. So we're going to release these fields that are not like in the light, that are not lit up. Releasing this. And through the white flame, we're going to start to bring in these new channels of light, of life, of communication, of understanding through the divine, through your relationship to the divine. and holding your relationship to the divine consciousness that flows within you as primary, as your primary resource, as your primary way of interpreting the world. So when things happen, instead of going to the past or the future or anywhere else, you can always go inside, go into this relationship to the divine, go into this energy of our divine consciousness and choose to see through those eyes, to actualize our perspective in every moment, in every breath. And as we do this, we start to feel safe. We start to feel the safety, the comfort of being who we are, of being in our field, of being protected, of being held by the divine. And we're bringing in also the energy of Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, Yeshua, to seal in through the feminine and the masculine these energies. Starting to feel as the feminine, the masculine, the child, seeing how all parts of you come into oneness, and bringing all the safety and support grids that you need right now in your current state, in your current reality. Bring them through the higher dimensions, through your connection to the divine, and bring them in now. Actualizing all of your fields and grids, bringing more fields of support, more fields of magic, more fields of safety and protection for you to feel the safety and protection in your own field every time you're in your divine light, every time you pull yourself into your spiritual channel. Anchoring these new fields of safety, protection, peace, harmony, balance, joy, love, divine perfection. Breathing in deeply. Okay. And we're going to see the world now, Nishaya Tayo Mahawakum. As we balance and stabilize all of this energy, we're going to see the world, picture the world in front of us. We're going to connect to our hearts, to our love. And you can see in front of you all the people that you love, all the people in the world, the plants, the animals, nature. You can see all the beings of light, all the beings in the world. And we're just going to start blessing them. We're going to bring in a ray of golden energy, an array of pink energy into the planet, as if we're beaming it through our hands into the planet. And we're focusing these beams of light to all areas, to all people, places, things, to all souls that need it the most at this time. We're going to send it to each and every one who is in need of love, light, forgiveness, peace, balance, healing. We're going to bless them, seeing how the energy comes through your crown, through your hands. We're all connected as one through the infinite consciousness. We're all connected as one to the divine. So we're sending these beautiful waterfalls of light, of energy into the planet, blessing each and every one, blessing all the people, especially those who are suffering, those who are sad, those who don't know what's going to happen, those who are in fear, in pain, in lack, and doubt. Just blessing them, allowing your energy to do that. You don't have to attach to it. You can just allow your energy field to automatically bless all of these beings. Just blessing the earth with love, light, power, with divine discernment, divine creation, with divine spirituality, with divine awakening, with divine abundance, with divine abundance of resources for everyone, divine flow for everyone, divine unconditional love for everyone. May every person and every being experience divine unconditional love. May they experience solace, healing, blessings, miracles, joy, adventures full of joy and laughter. May they all experience healing, healing of the physical body, mental, spiritual, emotional. May all people who are in pain or suffering be released of their pain. May they experience rapid healing, spiritual energy, divine guidance, divine protection. May everything and everyone on this earth be blessed. May our Divine Mother be blessed and protected with love, light, and power. Heu mai she tao mahau tu heu mau nai anai anai o mahau kwai tam. And we're just starting to see the earth starting to spin. It's starting to connect with higher frequencies. It's being supported also through this divine light alchemy to ascend, to progress, and to anchor these higher grids that are already here, to continue to activate and to gracefully activate through all of the beings who are on earth. We're all together as one in this process of ascension, healing, and rejuvenation. May all the miracles be to everyone. May you be protected. We're just placing shields around you, your beloved, your families, your loved ones, everyone. Placing a shield around the earth of love, light, divine power, divine healing energies, to be sustained and anchored now throughout all space, time, and dimensions. And may this healing be anchored through you, through all who are willing to receive it, throughout all space, time, dimensions, throughout all your multidimensionality and beyond. We are one with God and we are one with all. And so it is. So just taking a deep breath in, starting to come back into your body, If you guys want to drift off, continue in your meditation there, you can do that. Now you can slowly come back into your body. Drink a lot of water, please. And let me know how you guys are feeling. You're so welcome. Thank you. Hi, Alicia. Hi, Nika. Thank you, guys. I hope everyone is feeling good, coming back into the body. So, may you carry all of these blessings today in your day. And I hope this continues to support you in the weeks to come. It was so nice to connect with you today. I'm hoping to do this more. You guys are so welcome. Thank you. Thank you for doing this with me. So we will have, for all twin flames out there, we will have this light circle, light language circle with some of my very good friends, healers. We're going to have the circle of light language on the 24th. I put a post on the community page, so if you guys want to join us, it's going to be 2 p.m. CST, Central Time, so also for everyone in Europe, you'll be able to join us. And yeah, I have all the information there in the community page, and I will probably see you next week, okay, for another life healing. And we will also have a full moon ceremony. I will let you know about all of those things very soon, okay? I hope you guys are doing well. Oh, thank you guys. Thank you for being here. I love you guys so much. I send you lots of blessings, okay? Enjoy your weekend. Have a great weekend. I'll see you soon.